Seems like you always run out of something right before a trip. Like sunscreen and dry shampoo. And then that's my baby. She's iconic. iPhone keys. Kept us on in all my days. She keeps on talking. It's comedy, just block it on my baby. When sunlight turns to shadows and it gets hard to face, like water to a flower, babe, I know you need the rain. Nothing needs to work out and nothing needs to break. Don't need to pretend that you're okay. So cry on my shoulder, just turn into me. Cry on my shoulder whenever you need. You better believe that I can hold all the weight that you feel inside. So cry on my shoulder and no melody. Cry on my shoulder and know your presence. Lay it all down and I can love it away. Just sleep on my side. Go baby, go baby, go baby, go baby, go baby, go. Sunday to Sunday, I'm here when you weak. Closer beside me is always okay. Every moment, you know where to find me. You don't have to speak, I can't read you. When sunlight turns to shadows and it gets hard to face, like water to a flower, babe, I know you need the rain. Nothing needs to work out and nothing needs to break. Don't need to pretend that you're okay. So cry on my shoulder, just turn into me. Cry on my shoulder whenever you need it. You better believe that I can hold all the weight that you feel inside. So cry on my shoulder, there's no melody. Cry on my shoulder, I know your praise. Lay it all down and I can love it away. Just stay by my side. So go baby, go baby, go baby, go baby, go baby, go. Say go baby, go baby, go baby, go baby, go baby, go.
All right, so I just gave a couple of minutes to the live, so I will put here that the reading starts at 6 minutes and 34 seconds. Well, actually, 6 minutes and 40 seconds. All right. Okay. So, hello. There's no one in here yet, but that's okay. I'm going to go ahead and get started on this reading. Now, this is by request for Justin Bieber and Selena Gomez. Now, I know the two are not obviously together. I know that they've had some back history with each other, when they were a little bit younger. And I know that Justin has moved on with his life with, I think her name is Haley, and Selena's, I think she's engaged. So this is more so just seeing like what's going on between their energy with each other and if they are going to ever get back together. So I'm going to look at a couple questions that have been sent to me to answer. And let's see. All right. So there's a ton. 1 second. So we're going to do him and Justin and Selena Gomez. So let's see. All right. So one of the questions here is, and I'm just going to kind of skip around a little bit. So when it comes to Selena, does she still want or would be open to reopening connections with Justin? So let's just kind of look at like the energy surrounding the two first, because um, I know they're both separately in something else. So let's just kind of look around the energy for the two. Um, so we're gonna start with Justin Bieber and just kind of see what's going on in his life. Like, how is he feeling? Okay, now I believe Justin Bieber is a Pisces, but correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe he's a Pisces. So let's see what's going on with Justin Bieber's energy right now, as far as like his love life. Um, let's see. All right. So it looks like with the Seven of Pentacles here, he is definitely, and it's like he's in this energy of trying to basically um, build himself back up, or pour into his family legacy. Now, I know he has a child with his current wife, so I mean that makes sense as to why I see him kind of like pouring in into his legacy, and trying to just grow as an artist, as a celebrity, things like that. I know he's been dropping music too. He just had a song that he just dropped, so I definitely see him trying to pour into his legacy. Now, when I asked about his relationship, I do get the Eight of Cups, and it kind of came out sideways. So usually the Eight of Cups in a reversal is like having to deal with a lot of trauma, a lot of emotions that you packed away, or things that you swept under the rug. So with it coming out sideways like this, I feel like when it comes to his relationship life, I see him trying to get help um, for a lot of trauma or a lot of emotional issues that he's had. Now, I know he's been through a lot in the industry, clearly. And so I see him trying to get help or trying to be around people that's supporting him. Now, I don't know if it's like his wife that's pushing him into getting help, or if it's like, his own decision. But I do feel like he is trying to heal. Okay. And maybe this new child is the reason why. Now, with the Eight of Cups sideways, it could talk about him having relapses. So he may have moments where he's healing and then he may relapse. He may go back into some lower vibrational behaviors. So I definitely see he's trying, but there's still like a balancing act there. Hey, Ari, there's still a balancing act there when it comes to his emotional healing. Okay. But we have the Six of Cups, and I asked again about his relationship life, like how is he feeling in his current marriage? Because I know he's married. So we have the Six of Cups here, okay, um, with the Three of Swords. All right. Now we also have the Lovers, okay. So let's look at the Six of Cups for him, because usually the Six of Cups can talk about a soulmate union, or a reconciliation. So let's look and see what's going on with the Six of Cups. Clarify the Six of Cups for Justin Bieber. Why is that coming out? Okay, and then you have the Four of Pentacles here. Okay, so when it comes to his current person, she is a soulmate. I do feel like that him and her did have purpose together. Him and his wife, they are not just together by mistake or anything like that. I do feel like she is a soulmate. And with the Four of Pentacles here, I do feel like he is trying to work on his marriage or hold on to his marriage right now. I don't really see him necessarily being loose with it or, trying to walk away. However, there is a Three of Swords here. And I think that in the marriage that he has, there's a lot of trauma or they have a lot of issues emotionally with each other. You know, like I feel like they're soulmates. Yes, they were meant to come into each other's lives, but there's a lot of trauma connected to both of them. He had trauma coming in, and she had trauma coming in as well. So I feel like it's kind of becoming like ooh, a trauma bond type of relationship between the two. Okay. Let's look at that with the Three of Swords. Now I know this initial heading said Selena, which we'll get to her. But I wanted to get to the obviously what's going on right now in his current life because we can't look at the past and not acknowledge the present, right? So we have the Queen of Pentacles here. Now, I'm not sure what Hailey Bieber's zodiac sign is. Does anybody know? I'm gonna see because I'm not sure what her sign is. I don't feel like this is her though, but let me just see. Um, Hailey Bieber's zodiac sign. Let's see when she was born. She's a Sag. Okay. So she's a Sagittarius. And then let's see what Selena's zodiac sign is. Selena Gomez. She's a Cancer. Okay. So we got a fire sign and we got a water sign. And then, like I said, I believe Justin Bieber's a Pisces, but let me just double check that too because, um, yeah, he's a Pisces. So I was correct on that. Got it. Okay. So this is what I'm getting. When it comes to him and his current wife, with her coming as a Queen of Pentacles here, this could signify someone who he looks at as the responsible one, or he looks at this person as the one that kind of keeps him on his feet, right? Like keeps him together. So I see like she does a lot behind the scenes to try to make this marriage look good. With the Queen of Pentacles, and I think she's obviously dedicated to him. But it comes off like kind of like a mother child relationship or marriage, and I think that that's why there's a little bit of a crazy dynamic between them two emotionally because he's been in the industry for a long time, so he's got wounds from even when he was a child, and then she's coming in as like this Queen of Pentacles. So again, she may be the one that's kind of like the mothering type of energy to him, and that may seem a little overwhelming, especially if you're used to being able to do what you want to be free, you want to have fun, your inner child really wants to stick out, and then you have a partner that's like, no, you can't do that, or no, you can't do this. So I feel like there's the dynamic that I'm seeing right there where he could be a little bit um, frustrated with her and how she doesn't allow him to be free. Okay, he feels like that. He feels like that she's a very serious person. Okay, now we have the Lovers here, so let's look at the Lovers. Let's look at the Lovers. So again, we're focusing on Justin's relationship right now, and then we'll go into Selena. Um, and we have the Lovers to the Ten of Swords here. Okay, so while there is some companionship there is passion there between him and his wife, Justin's wife. With them having a Ten of Swords here, it's kind of struggling. It's kind of struggling to get where it needs to go. Okay. Now, like I said, he's holding on, she's holding on to the marriage. I don't see them like divorcing each other, but they're starting to have some struggles. And like I said, with Justin, he has a lot of trauma. And sometimes when you are dealing with trauma from your past, it can make you question everything. It can make you start to wonder why you made certain decisions or why you made certain choices. So I wonder if he's kind of having that face the music moment with his wife and maybe feeling like they're not necessarily on the same page. Okay, like he wants to go this way and she wants to go that way. Because again, I told you, like, this marriage seems like it was more of a trauma bond between them. Okay. So right now they're having a couple, issues. Okay. Now let's look at Selena. Let's see what's going on with her. I don't know much about her current life. I mean, I feel like I've seen that she got engaged up to someone, but let me just see. All right, so we know Selena's a Cancer. So let's see what's going on with her. All right, so tell me about Selena Gomez and her love life. What's going on with Selena Gomez right now? All right, so we have the Six of Wands popping out for her already. So she's getting a lot of attention in the public eye. Six of Wands is like attention, admiration, people like wanting you in their space, wanting you around. So she's actually, to me, it looks like that her relationship, her love life is kind of also in the media a little bit, as far as like who she's with. Okay. Um, Now we have the Two of Swords here as well. So let's look at the Two of Swords. Clarify the Two of Swords for me for Selena. And that's clarified by the Queen of Swords here too. Now, I'm not going to lie. I do feel like Selena has had to do her own healing. Okay. I feel like that with the Two of Swords coming out, she may have felt like she was kind of blindsided or betrayed when it came to her love life in the industry. They kind of both go hand in hand. So I don't know what exactly happened between her and Justin Bieber. If anybody knows, you can chime in the comment section. I don't know what caused their ending, okay? But it really scorned her, okay? It really scorned her. It really hurt her. And I think she, for a while, was like, I don't know if relationships are for me or if I want to ever get back in another public relationship with another celebrity, things like that. I feel like she's definitely had some moments where she had to kind of like heal, okay? Um, so let's see what's going on with her current partner that she's with, and like I said, I'm gonna look some stuff up too because as I remember seeing something about her getting engaged. Let's see who the person is real quick, y'all. Let me see. Selena Gomez engaged. Yeah, because everyone's talking about her ring. Okay, so she's definitely gotten engaged. Okay, Benny Blanco. Is that her new soon to be husband? Is it Benny Blanco? Okay. In 2024. Okay, so she's been with this person for a little bit. Okay. Hey, so Benny Blanco is her current fiance. Okay, perfect. So, hey, Shavish, I'm doing Selena Gomez right now. I was doing Justin. I just got off Justin about his relationship. Now I'm on Selena. So when I asked currently what's going on in her love life, Selena has a lot. Like to me, she kind of comes off a little guarded. Okay. Yes, she's a very lively person. She's very like into her career, things like that. But when it comes to her love life, there's a lot of swords here. So I feel like Selena, she may be someone who doesn't necessarily always believe what she hears, or she struggles with trusting her partner. Okay. They have the Five of Swords. So they have a lot of disagreements behind the scenes. Okay. With each other. Now we have the Emperor, which I'm assuming is her fiance, the Benny Blanco gentleman. Okay, he's coming out. Now let's look at his energy. Is he older than her? This Benny Blanco guy, or what does he do in the media? What does he do? Is he like um a celebrity? Like what is he? Because this is the thing. Like I kept picking up that energy of like, and this may not have been something obviously that was going on when they got engaged, right? But I do see issues with like trust issues with them too. Um, And the emperor is here, so he's got to be like a business owner or something. He's in the industry. Okay, so maybe he's a business owner or something like that, or he's like a, behind the scenes, like you said. Maybe he's a producer, I don't know. But Seven of Swords is here, so they are starting have they're starting to have problems. Okay, they're starting to have problems. And like I said, there's a lot of swords here. Now, I told you Selena got scorned with Justin. I don't know what happened. Okay, I don't know what happened between the two. I don't know if there's allegations of him talking to someone else or what. But after that, Selena just really guarded her heart. Okay, she was really hurt. Um, so how does she feel about her current partner, Selena, the one that she's engaged to, Benny Blanco? And then we're going to get into the question of how is she feeling about Justin? Does she want him back? So we have the Death card here, and we have the Four of Swords. Um, I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised, you guys, if they decide to call off the engagement. The Death card came out. Okay. Yeah, they had allegations of him sneaking behind her back with one of her friends. So that was Justin that they had allegations. Okay. Paparazzi or a fan caught them and walked up to them, greeting them, and everyone was like, he seemed caught off guard as, oh, Benny. Oh, okay. Well, I wouldn't be surprised if they call up that engagement. I would not be surprised. And Selena is trying to find a way of how to do this. Like, I feel like she's not brought the conversation to him yet. But with the Four Swords here, I feel like that it's something that replays on her mind a lot, because she doesn't want to experience trauma from, again, the reminder of what she went through with Justin Bieber. Okay. I don't know what happened between her and Justin Bieber, but she's coming off very cautious of her heart. And she's a thinker. She's a thinker. So she's gonna go with her first mind. Yeah. Yeah, and I see that because you have the Six of Wands. So that was the first card that came out. This is a very more so um like celebrity glamorized relationship. Okay. And when they came out as engaged, obviously with that, there is the tabloids and paparazzi and Hollywood, and it's just getting around, circulating that she's engaged and all this other stuff. He puts himself as this so perfect man who's obsessed with his woman. Yeah, and so I feel like behind the scenes there is some deceit. Okay, there is some deceit, and Selena is very much aware of it. She's just trying to figure out how to walk away from this connection. Now, again, he's the emperor, so I don't know how much power he has in Hollywood, but it seems that she's hesitant to like walk away from him. Okay. I don't know if it's necessarily fear or if it's more so her preservation of her career. So let's see. Sorry about that, you all. Reputation. Yeah. Is it the reputation? Is that why she's holding on to the relationship with Benny Blanco? Is it the reputation? Okay, let's see. We have the Seven of Pentacles here, and we have the Fool. Now, the Seven of Pentacles, it definitely can talk about like someone who's kind of put into someone, or they have planted seeds into this person. The Fool card is here too. So this kind of, now I heard something too about like now they're not married, so there could be consideration if she does get married to him to get a prenup. There could be. Now, he could have invested into her, Benny. He could have invested into her, okay, some type of way, and kind of jump started some things for her. Again, I need to get more information about Benny, because Benny seems like he's a chess player in this connection. Um, so we have the Fool, and she may feel like this is not a good time to walk away. I got so much going for myself. I don't want the bad tabloids right now. She cares about her public appearance and what people think about her. Okay. So that may be why she's not walking away, because people glamorize them. That may be why she's not. I mean, he's helped her write a few of her songs. Yeah. I'm seeing some investments That's why this is a harder thing, because it's not like she's like with him, but they're separate as far as their business ventures. He has put into some of her stuff. Okay. So she has to be very calculated with how she wants to do this, because, she does kind of feel like that she wants to call this off, but she has to be cautious of how she's moving. All right. So now to get to the question, about her and Justin. Now, I asked you guys in the poll, do y'all think they're going to get back together? People said no. Okay. So let's see. For Selena and Shevich, my phone is not on, so you may have to kind of put some of those questions in the chat. Does Selena like miss Justin or want to reconcile with him? Justin Bieber. Sorry, you guys. Does she miss Justin Bieber or want to reconcile with him? Selena. Okay. So we have the Page of Wands reversed here. Now, it's not something she's anticipating. She's not anticipating them to getting back together. She feels like with the Four of Pentacles here, she may be trying to, again, preserve her image, preserve herself. And I don't think that this would be a good look for her to try to get back with him, okay? Because they have so much stuff going on individually. So she is trying to just kind of hold back on the thoughts or the desires for it to be back with him. And we have the World card here, okay, which is that card of like closing a chapter and a new chapter begins, and Two of Swords is here. So I would say this, she's not necessarily actively manifesting a return to Justin or for them to get back together. She does see that as a cycle that has closed out between them two. However, with the Two of Swords here, there could be a time where him and her some type of way see each other out in public, or they cross paths, okay? The Two of Swords is kind of like two people that, you know what I'm saying, like they're exchanging thoughts or they're exchanging conversation, okay? So I do see that there could come a time where they have a moment to talk or exchange conversation, okay? What are Selena's true thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Justin and their late connection? Okay, so when I looked at the cards just now, as far as like thoughts, I don't necessarily see her like facilitating those thoughts. She's kind of showing energetically, she's more focused on her life now. I'm sure she wishes him well, probably, but I don't see her actively in pursuit of Justin, because she remembers how she felt with that relationship and the things that were going on. Okay. Now, like I said, you guys can fill me in on how they ended. Justin and Selena, I don't necessarily know, but Selena is coming from a place of just like, she just remembers how she felt, okay, when she was dealing with him. She could have also felt like Justin was extremely selfish or self-centered when they were together. Like he just didn't take her into consideration as much as she wanted him to. Okay. Her feelings. Let's see. What are her feelings? Whoa. What are Selena's feelings when it comes to Justin? Feelings. Yeah. So her feelings is just to stay away. Really. Her feelings is to stay away. She has the Magician sideways. Although she has the tools, although she has she can reach out and reconnect with him, she gets that it would do her no justice. It would be like a wasted opportunity. And she sees Justin Bieber's energy as very like, not necessarily like demonic, but like he's in this devil energy. So she still sees him struggling with addictions. Now, these could have been things that he was struggling with them too as well. Like, so when she was dealing with him, he could have had addictions and she didn't like that. Okay. So she can still see that with him, and I think that she doesn't want to manifest that back in her life. Like, her feelings are like, that is not something I want to do. And based on what I'm seeing, he's still struggling. Okay, so that's not a good idea for me to try to reach out to him. I mean, I think she cares, but she don't care enough to put herself back on the line. Okay, so she's not really open right now to manifesting feelings for Justin. Okay, now let's look at her thoughts. What about Selena's thoughts? Her thoughts. Yeah, he seems to have gotten worse. Yeah, she's just seeing it like, he's performing still a little bit. I know he had a performance with SZA and stuff like that, and she just like, ooh, like he's looking pretty rough. So, yeah, I feel like she does feel like he's gotten worse. So her thoughts is temperance reverse. And again, what we just said, she's feeling like Justin is just not, he's not nowhere near where he needs to be. Okay. She sees that he has a lot of imbalance around him. Okay. And she really wants something stable. She wants something stable for herself. Even the fact that he has a kid and all of that, like Selena wants her own family. She doesn't want to have to like be a stepmom or anything like that. So I feel like at the end of the day, she just wants what she wants. She wants fulfillment. She wants happiness. She wants it all. And I think that with Justin, she just knows that she wouldn't get that with him. She wouldn't get that with him at all. Okay. Um, what are Justin's true thoughts and feelings, intentions towards Selena? Hold on, let me just hold up. I gotta scroll up. Would Selena be open to reopening? Okay, so would Selena be open to reopening connection with Justin in the future? Would she be open to reopening a connection with Justin in the future? No, no. I mean, she may, with the Queen of Swords here, like obviously, like I said, she may just like reach out and say, hey, I hope that you're all right. Like, cause I feel like something's coming for Justin Bieber. Like, there's something that's gonna happen. And I'm gonna look a little bit more into that. But it seems like this is more of like the Queen of Swords is more so she's detached, but she's still going to like to reach out, but she's not coming from a place of like emotions. This is just that she feels this is the right thing to do. Okay. But no, she's not open to that in the future. But I do see her reaching out to Justin out of concern, or like, you know what I'm saying? Because I feel like there's something that's gonna happen. Um, why did Selena decide to break up with Justin for the last time? Why did Selena decide to break up with Justin for the last time? Well, the King of Swords is here. She's a Cancer, and Cancer women are very like lovey. They want to feel validated. They want to feel important in the person's life that they're with. I feel like with her, she felt like Justin was just very detached from her. He was a little bit cold and distant from her. And with the Two of Swords here, she felt like she ignored the flags, right? Because sometimes you'll rekindle with an ex knowing that they're not really the greatest, but you may do it because you want to give it another chance. And I think she did that, and she kind of regretted it, obviously, because it did not emotionally fulfill her. And with the King of Swords too, this could have been someone who has narcissistic behaviors. So I mean, Justin could have been like that to her. Um, so she just really, I think that she just did it because she knew, like, yeah, this is a far gone situation. He's never gonna come back to me like the way he was before. Okay, and there's a coldness to this connection. Like I said, there's something very cold between them two. And this could have been not only the betrayal that could have happened in the relationship in the beginning of it, but also industry got in the way. Okay, there's a lot of coldness there. Yeah. Okay. Um, what are Justin's true thoughts and feelings, intentions towards Selena? Okay, so what are Justin's true thoughts towards Selena right now? Let's look at his thoughts. His thoughts. I mean, he thinks about it from time to time. He's, he's has this two of pentacles here. So there's times where he does think about Selena, but he has to like juggle the reality that he's in. In a perfect world, I think that he would love to be back in that space with her, but he has this new wife, or this wife, because she's not really new. They've been together for a little bit. So he has to juggle those thoughts. Okay, but she does come up in his mind. And I think that's why he's gotten to this point, because I told you Justin has a lot of trauma. Okay, not even just from his own experiences, but from things that have happened to him with other people. And so I think that's why Justin kind of is in this like energy of I don't want to see it. I don't want to acknowledge it. Okay? So he may like I said before, use his addiction as a way to like detach from reality, or to not have to face the past or his emotions or things like that. So as far as like his feelings, he's very numb. He's very numb. Um, his intentions, Justin Bieber's intentions. For his intentions right now, we have the Eight of Pentacles and the Queen of Cups. Okay. Now let's look at this Eight of Pentacles. Because that usually talks about working. Now he would love to, this is a thing. He's optimistic. He's a Pisces. I think that he would love to in the future, like work with her, like them collab on something. He still like remembers Selena, like for all the things that she has as far as her talents, her skills, things like that. So he could be kind of like in this fantasy, like, oh yeah, like I could just see us working together in the future. I hope it happens. Like I would love to collaborate with her. Like I feel like that me and her could really make something work together. And in a way, he does intentionally. He's like, well, maybe in the future, if me and her get a chance to work together, it could spark flames again. It could bring it back. Okay. Maybe in the future that could be a case. Okay. Because she's right here, the Queen of Cups. So he's like, yeah, like hopefully we can do that. We can work together. Maybe we can make a song together or something like that. Okay. So he's looking at it that way, with his intentions, hoping that one day they could work together. Um, and then you said his intentions and then his thoughts, right? Well, I said kind of both at the same time. I saw his intentions and his thoughts. So he doesn't really see Selena in like a negative light, you know. Um, I think with this type of reading, there's gonna be times where it's more so like it's not getting deep. And the reason why is because not only are you dealing with someone who has some, they got some stuff going on, but he's really kind of cold. So his emotions do not speak as, like, they don't speak as clearly through because he's kind of blocked himself off. So that's why you're getting like little bits and pieces of things from him. But he is optimistic that him and Selena could one day, like I said, collab on something. Um, all right. What are Justin's true intentions, thoughts, feelings towards Selena? I just did that. Okay. How does Justin think and feel about Selena's marriage to Vinny Blanco? So how does Justin think and feel about Selena's marriage to Vinny Blanco? Oh, they used to be friends and acquaintances? Wow. Excuse me. How does he think and feel? I mean, at the end of the day, he was a little in his ego about it. He felt the way. He felt blindsided by this, to a sorts. He felt blindsided because it's like, wow, okay, I didn't know you were talking to Selena behind my back. That's my ex girlfriend. But what can he do? What can he do? He's married, right? But he did start to kind of like there's two pinnacles here. It's kind of like he's wondering in his mind, like how long they have been doing this, like how long have they been talking. Like he starts to wonder if like Selena was kind of juggling. Okay. Um, because it's like, well, when did you guys find time to connect and to decide you wanted to be in a relationship? Like, was it with me and her? Like when we were together, were you checking her out? He's thinking those thoughts in his head. You know, that 10 of Cups. So ultimately, like I feel that he was very like he couldn't do anything about it, right? Because he's married, but he was very agitated by that. Like he didn't appreciate that. He felt like that they were doing, they were kind of conspiring behind his back. Like, it just didn't seem genuine how they got together. And obviously it wouldn't. I mean, they were cool. So I think anybody would feel a way about their ex girlfriend getting with one of their, friends or whatever. Okay. So he wasn't happy about it. He's not happy about it. Okay. He's just not. But he knows that he can't say anything because he's moved on. Okay. Um, we also have the Ace of Pentacles here with the Six of Swords. This is why I think he's kind of like there's a little part of him. There's a little part of him that is like, yeah, she's with him for the money. She's with him for the money, or he's with her for the money. But I know like she's gonna come back this way. There's a part of him that thinks those thoughts, like that this is not gonna last and that she's gonna come back his way. So what I'm getting so far is that Justin is kind of more so the one that's kind of waiting for Selena. I told you Selena's not, because Selena got hurt. And like I said, I'm gonna look and see what happened because I want to know. So this is more. I feel like Justin is kind of waiting, and I could see how that could be because I told you that him and his current wife they're having problems, and it's like he's reminiscing about his past. Okay, so he does feel like that this was a money thing. This was not about love. He doesn't respect it for love. He looks at it as this was like a money business type of thing. Like they're in some type of business deal, partnership. Okay. Yeah, it's crazy. Okay. So you asked, does Justin still want to, or would he be open to rekindling this past initially? And I feel like it's headed towards a yes because I'm getting heavy energy that Justin is waiting for Selena. So let's see. Um, so would Justin be open to rekindling his past connection with Selena? Let's see. Would Justin be open to rekindling his past connection with Selena? Yes. He came right out as a King of Cups. Yes, he would be. King of Cups, he's a Pisces. Yeah, he is. He is. He misses her. He misses her. So yes. And I feel like Selena, he really feels like Selena was his true love. I know he's with Haley. And yes, Haley's a soulmate. But he really feels like Selena was his true love. She was. She's the one that got away. Um Tell more about this King of Cups. And he misses her. Yeah, he misses her. And we got the double here too. All right. Now, here's the thing about Justin. You know what this makes me feel like? I feel like Justin is going to be going through a heavy, heavy, heavy purge. I told you guys that there was some industry stuff involved that pushed Justin to a different direction. And he's caught in that. He's caught in that, y'all, like deeply. And so he cannot just move as freely as he wants. He is kind of trapped to a system. And I think that that's why he's going through so much right now in the public eye as far as like his behavior, because he's trapped. He's trapped. So we have the Ten of Cups here. And like I said, he feels like Selena was his true soulmate. She was the one that he was supposed to be with, but he can't get to her. He can't get to her because there's an attachment in the way. There's heaviness around him that's stopping him from getting to her, which is why I think he, you know, is just unraveling. Okay. Um. So in a perfect world, would he be able to just get back to her? Yes. But in the industry that he's in, he can't. Yeah, he can't. And you know, he really wants out. He really wants out of this. He wants out of it. And I think that he's a Pisces. And this is kind of heavy, but I feel like it needs to be said. Justin is trying to escape by any means necessary, you guys. So really pray for him, because I really just sense this energy of him wanting to escape by any means necessary, if you know what I'm saying. Okay. Because he is hurting, and he's trying to get the help. I really believe people around him are trying to get him the help. And I think that's why he's getting all these celebrities to be around him, because they're trying to help him. They're trying to keep him here. But he is his like he's trying to leave. Um and play with Shirley one in the girl's way. And then they get her. And you know what? I will say this. I sympathize with him a little bit. Not necessarily saying that his behaviors were okay. But when you have the industry in your ear and they're telling you, forget love, forget this, forget that, and they push you into a whole nother direction, and you are naive and you don't understand, it messes with you. And I think that really he's more of a victim to the system. And so he made a lot of bad decisions because of his influence. He was influenced by a lot of different people. So I don't necessarily feel like this was all intentional for him and Selena to not work. However, like I said, when the industry gets in the way, you got people that they own you basically, and they're telling you what you do, what to do. They're telling you what you can and cannot do. And at that time, they didn't want him in love. They didn't want him in a relationship. They wanted him out here. They wanted him around certain people, certain places, certain things. Okay. So it was just a lot of pulling away. Um, but yes, now that he's looking back, he does miss her. And like I said, I think Selena misses who he used to be. I'm not gonna say she misses him now, because who he is now, she could never. But she does miss who he used to be. Okay. Um, let me see. I'm gonna do the Haley and Justin on a part two, because otherwise this will be a super long reading. So Haley and Justin will be on a part two. Let me see. When Justin was making posts that everyone thought he was shading Selena, was he actually shading Selena? So was Justin actually shading Selena with the post he was making, or using Haley to make Selena jealous? Okay, the Queen of Cups is here, which is Selena. Ace of Cups reversed. Okay, here's the thing. Did he kind of use the opportunity to kind of trigger her? Yes, a little bit. Um, but was more so to get attention from her. Here's the thing about Selena, though. Selena is a Cancer, and Cancers are very intuitive people. She knew like that this was not nothing to be worried about. Like, as much as he was posting, or Haley, whatever they were posting, she was not in an energy of like receiving that. Okay, because she knows that this is not a real relationship. She knows that it's not something genuine. So, if anything, with the Eight of Wands here, she was able to push past this real fast. Like, I don't see her standing around moping. She knows how he is, and she knows that this relationship that he's in is not real. Seven of Swords. And that she knows that he has ways about himself. Okay, with the Magician. But yeah, honestly, she didn't even pay no mind to it. Page of Pentacles is like, okay, great for him. Like, whatever. Okay. So I don't really feel like it was something that like got to her to the point where she was like, oh my God, no, like Majestic, he's moving on with Haley, da 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 da. No, like, no. Because like I told you, she knows who he is. She knows. So no, no. Now he was trying to get attention, yes, but they both were. I think him and his wife kind of were a little both immature when it came to like just a lot of stuff. Just a lot of stuff. They're both kind of immature. I just feel it. But Selena ain't worried about them. Selena got bigger fish to fry. Okay. And like I told you, she doesn't want Justin back. It's not like a thing where she's like, I want Justin back. Like that'd be different if like she wanted him back, but she doesn't, and she's standing firm on that. Let's see. Okay, so what are Selena's thoughts and feelings about Haley? What are Selena's thoughts and feelings towards Haley? Uh, she's glad she got up out of that, girl. I ain't gonna lie. She was like, "Oh, you with Justin? Good luck." Like that's her. She was like, "Good luck." um, but she definitely feels like she got away from it. Okay. Haley's just weird. I'm sorry. I feel like the whole relationship is just fake, and he feels trapped with having a baby with her. Yeah, like I definitely got that too. I definitely got like he's not really happy, but he's trying to focus on his legacy, which is his kid. Um, but like I told you, they have a lot of problems, him and her. So as far as like how Selena felt about Haley, Selena was like good riddance, like good. I'm glad like somebody else is with him. She feels like that she's very superficial and very like I want attention. I want to be in the media. So she feels like Haley's a little bit like superficial. Okay. And with the Three of Wands here to the King of Swords, she's just waiting. She like I told y'all, like when she was dealing with Justin, he wasn't the greatest to her. So she was just like, it's only a matter of time before he turns to King of Swords towards her and he starts telling her off and he starts doing this and he starts doing that. And what do y'all be seeing? He be like so rude to her in the public. Like in public. He be rude, y'all. Um, they have like straight up like videos of him just like being a jerk. Okay. So Selena was like, she already knew what's gonna come, and Haley gonna see for herself. Okay. And we also have the Four of Cups here too. Four of Cups here with the Four of Pentacles. She also feels like Haley's not really in it for love. She feels like that she's basically like in it for money or to gain something from Justin. She doesn't feel like it's genuine, like that this is a real, like I said, relationship or marriage. She just feels like Haley's a user. She grew up copying her, admiring her relationship with Justin, and to take her man. And then years later, people accuse Haley of still copying Selena, making side marks, throwing shade at Selena after she took the man already. That's one of those. Okay, so I will tell you this: like Selena is just like, oh, you got Justin, cool, all right, you'll see. You know what I'm saying? Like she was not looking at it as I'm devastated. Oh my God, you took Justin from me. She's like, if he can be taken, let him be taken. You know, she's very spicy. Selena's very spicy. So she's not gonna sit here and let nobody make her feel away. Right? She feels like Haley got what she wanted, but then she's gonna get some extra. And I think really at the end of the day, she already knew. Like she knew what was coming from this. She so, I feel like that she sees Haley as stupid and naive and that she really was just in it for gain. She doesn't feel like that Haley really loves Justin. She doesn't. She feels like it's all fake. Um, what is Selena's true problem with Haley? What is Selena's true problem with Haley? What's her true problem? Now the justice card came out sideways, so this is what I'm picking up. Because the justice card is like unfairness, but she knew, like, you know how a woman will be around your man, or like you will be cool with a woman, and you can kind of tell like that she likes your man or something. Like, I feel like that Selena knew that Haley was up to something. They could have all been affiliated like in the same circle or around the same people. And I feel like that she kind of felt Haley kind of moving in to Justin. Like, she was just trying to like basically see if Justin was going to do the right thing by her. Because with the justice card sideways, it's like, yeah, you know the scale's about to tip, but you're trying to see like what your person's going to do about it. So she felt it. She felt like she was doing too much. Page of Cups is here as well. So this is like that childish behavior as well as like a flirty type of behavior. So I feel like she was flirting with Justin. She was just seeing stuff. Y'all know what I'm saying? Like, when they always say, watch out for that one friend that always want to be around, or like that's always around your man, stuff like that. Like, I feel like that's like Haley was getting real bold with it, like around Justin. Okay. Um, and she was worried. You got the Eight of Swords here. She was worried. She felt like she was trying to, and this is the thing. She may not have wanted to come off like one of those types that's jealous of another woman. So she may not have like 100% said to Justin like what was up, but she was just like, oh, Haley's gonna be there. He was like, yeah, I feel like I'm gonna go to this party and stuff. And she'd be like, oh, Haley gonna be there? Yeah, she's gonna be there. Maybe Selena like, well, I don't want you to go. He's like, well, why not? I don't know. I just don't want you to go. But she never really said 100% what was the problem. But we do have the Queen of Wands, and this talks about someone like this using their um, seduction to get someone. They're seductive. They're very alluring. They use sex or things like that to get a man. Okay. Uh, so I just feel like, it was one of those situations where Haley she didn't care about Selena being his girl or whatever. She went for Justin. She went for him. She didn't care that he had a woman. Like, it's just giving that energy of like just that, um, you know, using what you got to get what you want. Selena's way pretty and Haley, not gonna lie. Justin is an absolute fool for leaving Selena for her. But honestly, I don't think that Justin and Selena will get back together. Just like I don't think that Bieber and Chris will get back together. Their situation is very similar. Yes, Ari, I felt the same. I felt the same thing, that I don't think Selena's gonna go back towards Justin. But Justin, in his world, he is hoping that Selena comes back his way. He's even thinking about possibly collabing with her if he has the opportunity. Other readers said Haley put spells on Selena and Justin. That's possible. I mean, the Queen of Wands is a sorceress. She could have. Only difference is that Haley and Justin are married and Riri and ASAP are not. But both couples have kids. Right. More likely Haley was an attention seeker. Yeah, she was just like, she went for him. She just didn't care. And I think it was too like she had the support. I know that sounds weird, y'all, but Haley gives me mean girl vibes. Like, mean girl vibes. Like, yeah, I'll take your man. Like, no regards for the other woman, just like getting what she wants at the cost of others. And I think that's her. Like, I'm getting that. She's really mean. Yeah. And she was a socialite. So she was associated with people. Yeah. She was associated with people that basically had money and power. Okay. So yeah, with the Six of Swords here, I think that that's really what it was. Selena just started seeing Justin just fall away from her. Like when your man is just, he's cheating, and you can tell because he starts to get distant, or he starts not to want to spend time with you, or he starts to act weird with his phone. Like, I feel like all of those behaviors were coming from Justin. He had got really, really distant. So her problem with her is that she basically is a homewrecker. That's how she feels. She's a homewrecker. She stole her man. I know people say, well, if he's really your man, you can't be stolen. But in her situation, that's how she feels. That Haley took advantage of opportunity of her, her relationship. Okay. Um, Next question you had was, hold on. How does Selena feel when Justin decided to get married 2 months after their last breakup? So, how does Selena feel when Justin decided to get married 2 months after their last breakup? How does she feel? All right. So, I mean, there was pain. Obviously, she was heartbroken, but this is the thing. Like, Selena, she got her own stuff going for herself. She has her own career. She has her life, right? So, I feel like at the end of the day, she had a lot of distractions to kind of help her get through this. It wasn't like she was sitting up in her room eating a tub of ice cream, crying. You know what I'm saying? Like she had a lot of things distracting her, her career, her status, all of that. So I don't think she ever really fully at that moment got a chance to process what was going on. Okay. Which is why the Three of Swords is here, but it was yet to be dealt with. So, yes, of course, she was hurt, but she didn't have time to process it. She did not have time to process her emotions when it first happened. All right. She may lose you to love me about their relationship. Yeah. So there was that, and maybe that can be considered like shock when you don't have time to process things. Like there could have been an initial phase of shock for her, and she couldn't believe it, but she also couldn't emotionally connect to it at that time. And like I said, she's very busy. Okay, now we're gonna keep going. We have the magician here, and we have the Seven of Swords. You know, so, I mean, yeah, definitely. Like at the end of the day, she has tools. She had the tools to be able to get things out the way she wanted things to be put out there. She wanted to share her side of the story. She wanted to basically elaborate on what she dealt with. So I think that like when she had the opportunity to get in the studio, that's when it all came to her. Okay, and the Seven of Swords is here as well. So again, she feels like that, they both were in on it. They both were lying. They both, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I don't know what her song is about, like, not necessarily word for word, but I feel like she was kind of talking about both of them in that song, as far as like them both doing it to her, like, lying, being deceptive, things like that. Um, but we have the Fool and we have the Knight of Wands. And honestly, like I said, she just looks at both of them as stupid. Like, you guys are gonna, okay, go ahead. Like, you'll be together. I bet you that won't last. Like, I bet you that won't last. But like I said, she knows how Justin is. She does. So she really saw Haley as stupid. Like, you really just, you know what I mean? Like, you took my man and you're not really gaining anything. Like, you're really not. Just wait. And now look at her, you know? Um, She may lose you to let me know what she was clear it was about them, especially the way the video was made. I think and Sharon may be a great match for her. I don't know. They can make great music together. That's all the questions. Or maybe Selena will get with Zac Efron. One of them Hemsworth brothers. Yeah, see, I don't know. I really don't know. I said I don't know much about Selena or like her relationships or anything like that. But what I will tell you guys is that Selena, she's at a place in her life where she's not wanting to be back with Justin Bieber. She has moved past him. If anything, you guys, like I said, she's almost kind of getting to see the karma, the karma of his decisions. Like she's seeing it. Everybody in the world is seeing it right now. So I think that like with Justin, if anything, he's learning a lot of lessons behind the decisions that he made. Really, maybe she should go to Capricorn man or Virgo man. Yeah, I don't know who her current fiance is, like his sign, but I think like I said, she's moved on, y'all. I don't see her wanting him back. Only thing I can see is like something's gonna happen with Justin, and I see her like sending her well wishes, kind regards to him, but that's it. And for her to even do that, it has to be something very bad that happens to him, because she don't have no intention of reaching out to him for any other reason. No, I read about Justin. I read about like their marriage and stuff at the beginning. But as far as like any more in depth about the marriage between him and Haley, I will do a part two to it. Um, because I wanted to like dig into him and Selena. Um, and then I can do a part two about him and Haley. But yeah, it just seems like that ship has sailed with those two. But Justin is definitely missing her. He misses her. She seems like the one that got away. That's how it's coming off. Like she's the one that got away. Even though he did her dirty, she got away. 1 second, you all. I think I just lost. One moment. Where is it? Uh-oh. What just happened? There it is. Okay. So yeah, I'll do a part two for him and Haley. Yeah, that woman always gets away. The guy brush it off and gets his head voted with the new female. Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, that's all I have for them too. 60%, 67% of y'all said no. Okay, with the poll, and then 33% said yes. That's well, I'm gonna. Okay, so it's a strong no. Which, like I said, I seen the same thing. Like I didn't see them two getting back together, y'all. I didn't see it. Yep, you said no too. Yeah, I don't think it's gonna happen. Nah. All right, so you guys, this is gonna be the part one. I'm gonna go ahead and save this in my celebrity reads, and then you guys, I'm gonna come back on for live readings. So that way, if you guys have any questions or anything like that, y'all can go ahead and send them my way. So I'm gonna end this live, and then I'm gonna come back with the live readings. Okay. All right, y'all. See you in a second.